Hua, 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 hua. Hello. I see you've come to my station. Well, welcome. Just get yourself ready and then join the rest of us once you come up there on the teleporter slash elevator slash photon energy field. Imagination, have fun. So, hi, my name's Turk, and this is going to be a etiquette video about how to be a good host in Neos. I can't say I'm the best host, but I've hosted plenty, and I at least want to share some of my thoughts of what you should do when you want to be a host. Hosts are kind of the lifeblood of Neos. Off not, you can see some complaints of people where people are in private worlds, and that's okay. People are completely allowed to be in that, but maybe they're working. It doesn't hurt to ask. I understand some of you might be shy, but please, always ask people. If they're really your friend, they're going to be fine with you talking to them about anything. So, for the most part, this is a video about being a good host. Sometimes it's tricky, sometimes it's hard, and there's some nuances sometimes I feel like people don't realize, and is really handy to know. So, to start, a good host is always welcoming. This is important because the thing is, you want people to come to your session. Think of like hosting a room as like throwing a party, right? Like, maybe you don't want to be, like, super popular or anything. Like, people call me this, and I'm like, please, stop. No, I'm a person. Please, stop. No, like, I don't like it when people actually do that. Like, yeah, people will meme it, and I'm like, no, please. But it happens, and sometimes I feel it's just because I'm welcoming. It's a good trait to have when you're just trying to have, like, an open session for people to just kind of, like, chill, have fun, build, chit-chat, meme. You know how it be sometimes. So, rule number 1 of being a good host. Be a good host. Be welcoming. I just realized that was really dumb, but whatever, you make mistakes. So, generally, when you want to be a good host, please be welcoming. You can also be unwelcome to those people who aren't going to be receptive. That's okay. Sometimes people want to be buttheads, and you're welcome to kick them out of your sessions or ban them from your sessions. Because we're not all going to get along. It's not going to be perfect, but you try what you can. And if you tried, well, some people's fuses are shorter than others, but for the most part, you'll generally have a good time if you're going to be welcoming. Generally, when you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you. You know, treat how you want to be treated. So, rule number 2 of being a good host. Pay attention. Your session will typically see a lot of different people, depending on who they might appeal to, or friends might pop in. So, you generally want to be nice as much as you can, or just be vigilant as you can. Sorry, it's a bit rambly with the format, so I'm trying to keep my talking points in my head. I probably should have a list somewhere, but kind of just going this off from the head. So generally, you want to be vigilant, because what happens in a session typically is anything can happen. You want to pay attention to if, say, arguments are happening, or if, like, people are bickering, or you need to be able to jump in a situation when you need to. I realize not everyone is equipped to do this, and that's okay. If you feel uncomfortable in this situation, grab a mod, or even grab somebody you trust to be that moderator or person in between for that situation. Everyone handles stuff differently. Do what you can. I understand. Everyone has their strengths. Play to your strengths. If you're weak in something, that's okay. If you want to get stronger, practice. But at the same time, please play to your strengths. With a good host, you always want to play with what you know, not with what you don't. Because when you're a host, confidence is key at times, and some of us may not have that. Even I'm not the most confident person at times. Like, I'm stammering. So, I promise you. Just be vigilant. And tip to being a good host number 3. Let people know understanding what the session is for. Some sessions can be a party. Some sessions can be for building. Some sessions can be for chilling. Some sessions can be for dancing. This is where Read the Room comes very in handy by Probable Prime if you ever need to. By you as a user, typically, when you're reading a room, you're understanding what's happening. But you as a host also need to read the room, but watch the room in the sense of where you're also vigilant as well. Understanding what kind of session you're setting will also help you understand what people may do in those situations. So say you're having a party of some kind, right? Somebody wants to build. Like, yeah, no, don't do that. Or say you're building and somebody just wants to, have some razzle-dazzle fun meme-tastic, right? No. So setting the mood for your room is very important. If you want like a very multifaceted world of like socializing, building, and creating, then yeah, go ahead, have fun. It will be utter chaos at times, and literally nothing gets done. This is why sometimes people hide, like myself. I'll do it sometimes when I need to just work on stuff, because if not, I get people like wanting help, and that's okay. I like to help, but I get distracted, and I need to focus on myself sometimes. So, rule/tip number 3 of being a good host: understand the atmosphere or mood you're setting. It's very important because, for the most part, that'll set the flow of the map you're doing or whatever you're doing. So, you make your move and you do what you do. But let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing? I feel like there's one last big one that's really important. Oh yeah. Rule number 4. Or tip number 4. You want to be a good host because you don't want to be a bad host. Typically, when you're a bad host, 1, nobody wants to come say hi. That's okay, but that's if you prefer that. But then, if you come on here to socialize, it gets a bit tricky, because then who wants to join somebody who's not generally the most welcoming or nice, or, you know? Like, being a good host is equivalent of like trying to be like a really good friend in a lot of ways, because what you're doing is you want to, like, yes, you will have friends. Not everybody will be like the closest friend ever, right? But the thing is, you want to respect people. You want them to respect you. If you're not and you're into that, well, that's another discussion, and then that's something maybe at some point I'll make in the future. I don't know. Edgy hosts, toxic hosts. I don't know. These are issues that do pop up, and you do want to be careful of it, because the thing is, sometimes those people don't change, or they need some talking to, and you can try, but as I said, sometimes people don't change. So typically, tip number 4 for being a good host: don't be a dick, or please be nice, or don't be an ass. I can rephrase this in any which way, but you pretty much get it if you don't get it at this point. So generally, you want to just be that guy, you know? You don't really have to do too much for when you're doing a host. Just make sure people don't fight, be welcoming, like a simple like, hello, how's your day, welcome. Or even, and then 4, don't be a dick. So yeah. There's probably some more nuances to being a good host, but the thing is, I can't give all my experiences as showcases of how to be a good host, because this is what works for me. You're not me. I'm not going to expect you to do what I do. That's not fair. So, there'll be some form of nuance, you'll take some form of practice, but hosts are the lifeblood of Neos until we get more official servers. So, it's important, because the thing is like, when you're hosting a session, you want people to come. You want people to like just hang out, you know? So it's important, because it's like, you want to hang with the boys, well, or the boys, the girls. It's just like you gotta set up a nice hang spot, you know? This is how it is sometimes. So for the most part, hopefully this has helped some of you. If not, and this has just been like a weird general ramble of Turk, shut up, then yeah, sorry. But hopefully this helps in some way, and it's just like a nice like talk for most people to like wrap your head around, of like, when you're a host, generally you want to kind of aim for stuff like this in a nice communal sense. Sure, you're free to do whatever you want as a host, and seriously, don't mind me. But the thing is, everyone wants to go to the session where people want to be. That's just how it's always been. Literally, you see the biggest session go down or somebody crashes, everyone goes to either the next session or to their host of choice. So, you choose what you want to be. Anyway, this has been a nice Turk etiquette video, and hopefully this has helped out you guys in some way, shape, or form. Thanks. But have a good time. Bye-bye. I'm just gonna like keep waving until like we fade to black. Yeah. Okay, bye.